Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Zelkobaza here with part 2 of Lord of Naruto Superman. I'm just going back over what it was, just trying to make as much content as possible, still making it original, what it was and all. But this is part 2 of Lord of Naruto Superman. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So, Minato slash Naruto, they don't really need to train, but even though Minato didn't, he's one of the most powerful beings on the planet. Naruto already tries with them scanning him. I'm retconning a little bit, by the way. They scanned him, took him to Minato Fortress. He have somewhere across the world where nobody can get to. He goes to his parent, and he scans Naruto, and Naruto's solar reserves already showing early signs. And we get to chakra merging with his body into his reserves. The more he's honored the yellow sunlight of this planet, the more his chakra reserves to grow, and the more his solar reserves to grow. Naruto has the potential to be the most powerful being in the universe. He might even surpass you, Mina. He might even surpass you. Surpass you, Minato. You're right. Right, father. So, what's going to be training? Well, you've already trained in multiple ways of Kryptonian martial arts. So, I'm going to have I'm going to be teaching Naruto and Naruto shoots up. Various ways of Kryptonian martial arts. Various ways of Kryptonian martial arts. So Naruto learned this pressure points out different styles of Kryptonian martial arts and techniques as he grows. Even though he doesn't really need to train, Kushina is training him of how to use his chakra. And Naruto doesn't need to train. And Naruto doesn't see why he has to, but Kushina convinces him he can't just rely on when training. For eventually somebody find a weakness. What if somebody find your weakness? Oh, they cut you off from the solar sun. You lose your powers. You might even lose your powers someday. So you can't just come to rely on your powers. You still need combat experience and training. And Naruto, he does get Naruto does their point. So throughout the years, Naruto having mastered in different forms of Kenjutsu, Genjutsu, even though it's quite hard for him, and the fox constantly holding and the fox constantly holding him back. Well, at this point, Kushina was able to unlock with her side of the fox being much more compliant. She's able to unlock KCM. And Naruto says, "Wait, am I going to be able to do that someday?" And Kushina says, "Maybe if you work hard enough." And Kushina is bloody broken. Minato and her are the two most powerful beings on the planet at this point. Nobody can compare to their strength. With Minato becoming the lord of pretty much everywhere of Konoha, he's considered the lord plus Hokage. So he's kind of the ruling leader at this point. He's he's the ruling leader of the Land of Fire at this point, since he's the most powerful, and he's even the richest. Since this planet, he's the richest man in the verge of the universe. Since he got all of Krypton essence ever since he died. His planet died. So Minnesota's pretty filthy rich. And it made the land of fire itself technology and advanced. And the other villages want to invade to take the technology for themselves, but they know with Minnesota inclusion of being the perfect Cherokee of the Nine Tails. False. There, it's going to be impossible. Even with the force of all eight-tailed beasts, Minato could still eclipse all of them. So Konoha is the most feared and dangerous village in the world, and all the nations don't like this. And Minato goes out and he tries to arbitrary peace deals across the world so they can avoid conflict. But not everybody wants peace. And everybody is generally afraid of Konoha. And multiple villages, smaller villagers started spreading out with Kryptonian technology. And Minato doesn't even know how they got it. He thought Konoha was the only place it was, but no. It has turned out as smaller villages have begun spreading out. He thinks it's because of Orochimaru, but he decides to leave him be. He decides to leave him be for now since Orochimaru is a dangerous adversary. What does Shiha plan to survive and being part of a village? Brainiac found D-Fox in his sound guy, and he even found D-Fox within you playing the Apple Gun and weakness. What him teaching them different styles to cover up for those weaknesses, and Shiha no longer. I'm not sure that using possible, but maybe. And Shiha won't need to kill someone that loves someone like Magekyo anymore. Maybe Brainiac will repair that bodily feature in repairing the chakra. Yeah, but that's overcharging, so I'm not going to do any of that. But if the Shiha clan do end up surviving, since they know they can't beat Kushina in a one-on-one fight to take Naruto, since he would be the only Jinchuriki left that they could possibly control. And Minato being here in the first place just eclipsed that entire plan. Eventually leading to Naruto joining the academy and automatically becoming the top of his class and everything, intelligence wise. The only thing he substituted is Chakra Control, since he has so much of it. Since at this point he's been under the earth, yellow sun for 6 years, and his chakra capacities have been growing along with his shoulder reserves. And eventually, at one point, him spending most of the time in the upper atmosphere absorbing the yellow sunlight from rays. With him becoming more powerful, he begins training and he tries to speak to the fox. What Kurama eventually telling him his name but not want to be friends. So Naruto says, don't worry, I don't need your power. If you don't want to share it with me, it's fine. Since Naruto's indestructible, he has telekinesis. Some sort of electricity powers. It's weird. Even having his old form with UI, it's weird. It's weird. But years pass with Naruto continuously training, learning how to use his powers in the way of a ninja. He has the strength of a Kryptonian and his speed and chakra of a ninja in the Naruto world. He's a dangerous foe at this point. He's a dangerous foe, and nobody who would encounter him would have the opportunity to survive. But isn't always as it seems. Naruto eventually graduated the academy. He catch Mitsuki taking control of Filling. And tries to repress his power. He goes after him, but something's weird happens. Mitsuki pulls out a kryptonite sword, and Naruto never seen anything like it. He begins to feel weakened as 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 and some of his power begins to be drawn away since he never felt kryptonite before. He had absolutely no resistance towards it. Neither is Minato. Minato sees the sun in danger, and Mitsuki have him on the ground. Mitsuki have him on the ground, stabbing Minato for the first time ever. Minato have begun to bleed, and Minato's in shock. He doesn't even know how this is possible. Leading to a Ruka showing up, and him and Mitsuki begin to fight. Since Naruto and Minato are out of commission. Since when Kushina sees the dropping chakra from Naruto, she rushes towards him, and she sees her husband somehow bleeding, and she's enraged, and she looks at Mitsuki, powering up his KCM, living up to her name, Red Death, and she cuts him down. So and she throws the sword away, eventually leading to Naruto and Minato regaining some of their strength. They go to his fortress and have and asks his, and Minato asks his father, "What is this?" It's kryptonite. It was formed by the death of our planet, Krypton. It may be everywhere in this world. So you saying there's this green substance, kryptonite you call it? It can hurt me and my son. Yes, I thought we was indestructible. Everyone have their weakness. Everyone have their weakness. Huh. So this leading Naruto to be less confident, but he's still confident. He knows there are things that can out there that can kill him, and he still have to be careful. He knows he can't just rely on his power, so he's gonna Minato and him both gonna have to build resistance to kryptonite. But since they've never done it before, it's going to be hard since they never found or encountered kryptonite before. And words get leaked that there's a substance powerful enough to kill them, and your other villagers, it's great, and they start creating kryptonite weaponry, swords, and kunai, just to go to war relief if it ever comes to that. So we go back. We cut a few days later. Minato is fully healed at this point because his regeneration factor kicked in, and he heals completely with a slight tolerance to kryptonite, but it's not a lot. If he even goes near it, it could possibly kill him. So they're going to have to be careful. With Naruto graduating, he gets put on a team. Just for sex reason, I'm going to have his team be the same as a canon. With Kakashi, would Kakashi be a leader? He still ends up giving him a belt test, and Naruto knows the rules of the test. He tells them teamwork, and Sasuke and Sakura is actually quite good friends with Naruto, so they actually believe him with Sasuke being happier, and he's even stronger than he was in canon. Stronger than he was in canon. They go and they use teamwork, and with Naruto, they are able to get the bells from Kakashi, and Kakashi ends up passing them on because even though Naruto did a lot of work, the artist still help and can go off his test was, in fact, teamwork. And Naruto and Kakashi begins to train them up a little bit, teach them basic exercises like the water walking and your sheet walking, and teaching Sasuke and Sakura how to use their chakra effectively. With Sasuke being able to make more effective fireballs. At this point, I do generally believe that Sasuke would have been able to unlock the Tsushima Sharingan at this point. And Sakura is here no slouch. She gets out of her medical ninjutsu since she wanted to be the supporter fight. So she's pretty good at medical ninjutsu. She's been training ever since she entered the academy. So she's not bad at it. But they've been going on missions for training for the past few months. And Sasuke and Sakura have gotten stronger, along with Naruto. His chakra reserves and his soda reserves begins to strengthen, and they begun to grow. Even using his heat visions to create new jutsus and all sorts of his different abilities. But that's what I'm going to end this part right off right here. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace out.